Chapter 3 Drug Policy. There were two different drug policies implemented in the early 1900s that paved the way for our modern drug policies in America. These policies were the 1906 Pure Food and Drug Act and the Harrison Act of 1914. The 1906 Pure Food and Drug Act. This act required companies to have accurate labeling. The Pure Food and Drug Act would be amended two times. The first time in 1938 that required safety tests, and the second test in 1962 that required testing for effectiveness. Under the Pure Food and Drug Act, for a company to market a drug, they must test the product on animals, then file an IND. After the IND is filed, they will go through a three-phase human testing process, and after all this is complete, they can file for an NDA. With the Pure Food and Drug Act, companies have safer and more efficient testing on their products and their labeling. The Harrison Act of 1914. This act regulated the sales of opiates and cocaine. At first, this act was a tax law, but after 1919, it was used on the prohibition against providing opiates and cocaine. The effects these policies have. Both the Food and Drug Act of 1909 and the Harrison Act of 1914 both have very great implications on drug policies nowadays. With the implementation of these drug policies and laws came higher prices and scarcity of these drugs, but the illegal market for them grew, and so did the penalties and the enforcement efforts.